Two earths shall come to pass, one ascending in glory, the other descending into shadow. The choice of which realm to inhabit lies not in the steps you take, but in the very essence of your being, the frequency you emanate. These are not mere musings of fanciful tales, nor the hopeful dreams of mystics, but the profound revelations of Dolores Cannon, a seeker who, through decades of guiding souls into the depths of hypnotherapy and past life regression, unveiled a truth that continues to resonate through the corridors of the spirit. As the year 2025 approaches, her prophetic vision of a divergence in human consciousness, a rift in the fabric of reality, is not merely unfolding, but accelerating beyond all expectation. This is the story of a woman who communed with souls across the expanse of time, a prophecy that may hold the key to understanding the present unraveling of our world, and ultimately, the story of you, poised at the precipice of a monumental decision. Before the dawn of documentaries, before the surge of trends, before the awakening movement permeated the mainstream, there was Dolores Cannon, a gentle woman who stumbled upon the extraordinary. Born in 1931, she led a life that many would deem conventional, as a devoted wife to a Navy man and a nurturing mother. Yet, in the 1960s, an unforeseen shift occurred. Her husband, Johnny, began to explore the power of hypnosis to aid individuals in their quest to cease smoking or shed unwanted weight. One fateful day, Dolores observed a session where the subject, immersed in a profound trance, began to speak, yet not in their own voice. Instead, they recounted tales of past lives, ancient lands, alternate timelines, and civilizations long vanished. This singular moment ignited a lifelong pursuit. Dolores immersed herself in the art of deep trance hypnosis, eventually crafting her own unique approach, QHHD, quantum healing hypnosis technique, a method to bypass the conscious mind and directly engage with what she termed the subconscious, or what many now recognize as the higher self. For 40 years, Dolores facilitated thousands of regressions, connecting with individuals from every corner of the earth. These souls shared not only accounts of past lives on Earth, but also stories of lives lived on distant planets and in other dimensions. They spoke of a shared understanding, a common message. A transformation approaches, something immense, a divergence. Dolores began to piece together the fragments of truth. Her clients, unknown to one another, began to relay the same experiences. They spoke of a dimensional shift, a separation of timelines. They declared that Earth was ascending, evolving into a higher vibrational state, and that only those attuned to its frequency would accompany its transition. She referred to this as the new Earth, not a distinct planet, nor a vessel in the skies, but a parallel version of our Earth, vibrating at an elevated frequency, a realm of peace, telepathy, healing, and harmony. Dolores identified the years between 2012 and 2025 as a pivotal window, a period in which humanity would begin to divide itself energetically, not physically, but vibrationally. Some would remain anchored in the 3D Earth, entangled in fear, control, and materialism. Others would ascend to the 5D Earth, a world of compassion, unity, and conscious creation. She cautioned, the split will not occur in an instant, but the signs shall be evident. Those who cling to fear will be unable to perceive those who vibrate on a higher plane, for their frequencies will not align. By 2025, the opportunity to choose will have passed. At first, this sounded like fantastical fiction. But what if the division of our world has already begun, not with one calamitous event, but in subtle, yet undeniable waves? Dolores Cannon foretold that we would observe these changes in our environment, in human behavior, even in the very perception of time. Now, as we stand in the shadow of 2025, we must ask, have these signs already emerged? Across the globe, weather patterns have spiraled into chaos, heat waves shatter records, hurricanes defy seasons, and rivers wither into dust. Some attribute this to climate change, but others, those attuned to frequency, perceive a deeper phenomenon. Dolores's clients also spoke of this, a time when Earth would shake free of lower vibrations. Gaia, they said, is a conscious being ascending in frequency, shedding what no longer resonates. What if these calamities are but symptoms of a spiritual detoxification? Mental health crises are escalating, anxiety, depression, insomnia consuming many. Individuals speak of losing time, of experiencing glitches in reality. What if these are not merely disorders, but side effects of transitioning to a higher vibrational earth? Dolores anticipated this as well. In her sessions, souls described ascension symptoms, sudden exhaustion, mood swings, ear ringing, vivid dreams, dizziness, emotional release, the body struggling to adapt to the new frequency of Earth. And those who cannot shift, many report feelings of being trapped or disconnected, a mismatch with the timeline they have chosen. Another signal is the rise of artificial intelligence. Dolores cautioned against a coming division, not only in Earth's destiny, but also in humanity's path. One path leads into mechanization, control, transhumanism. The other guides towards heart-centered awareness, telepathy, healing through light and intention. What do we witness now? AI that paints, writes, thinks, biohacking, chip implants, simulated consciousness. Are we merging with machines, or are we abandoning the soul's true path? Dolores stated that this would be the final fork, the ultimate test. Will we become creators or algorithms? Doctors are perplexed as novel illnesses emerge and traditional medicine falters. Alternative healing, sound therapy, frequency healing, even quantum healing hypnosis gain recognition. Dolores's work with QHHD often revealed the cause of illness to be energetic misalignment. Once addressed through regression and inner knowing, physical symptoms often vanished. Now, more and more individuals report spontaneous healing after emotional release, energy sessions, even contact with higher guides. Are we rediscovering our 5D blueprint, a self-healing body fueled by intention and light? Across the globe, systems seem to be collapsing, governments are faltering, trust in media is eroding, and individuals struggle to agree on fundamental truths. But Dolores foresaw this as well. She stated, as we approach the split, reality itself would seem to fracture. Individuals would perceive different truths. Some would awaken, while others would retreat further into fear. Two individuals standing side by side, living in completely different realities. Is this not precisely what we see unfolding before us? And then there is time itself. Many are noticing time accelerating, days blurring, weeks vanishing. Dolores said that time would collapse as we transition dimensions, that past, present, and future would converge, and we would begin to access parallel selves, quantum memories. Some experience this as déjà vu, others as the Mandela effect, a collective memory of an altered past. These are not merely internet curiosities, but perhaps the cracks between dimensions. Dolores always emphasized that this shift is not automatic. You are not chosen or saved by an external force. You choose each day through your thoughts, your vibration, your awareness. Are you nurturing fear or embracing freedom? Choosing conflict or compassion, reacting or awakening? The two Earths already exist, one tearing itself apart, the other birthing itself in the silence, within the heart of the conscious. Which one do you inhabit? It is one thing to read Dolores Cannon's words, and another to embody them. Across the world, individuals are awakening, sensing a change not only around them, but also within. They may lack the words to articulate it, but their stories echo the shift Dolores described. I was always sensitive, says Anna, a nurse. But something occurred in 2023. I would wake up with my heart racing, as if visited in my sleep. I started seeing colors when I closed my eyes, lights, symbols. Time felt distorted. And the strangest thing, she says with a nervous laugh, I could feel people's emotions merely by walking past them. Sometimes, I would cry for no apparent reason. She sought medical help, but nothing was found to be wrong. Then, she discovered Dolores Cannon, and suddenly it made sense. This isn't sickness, she says, it's frequency. I'm not breaking down, I'm waking up. I stopped watching the news because it felt fake. Jordan, a college student, describes his awakening as a breakdown followed by a breakthrough. One night, I simply sat up and thought, this isn't real. None of it. Not in a paranoid way, but as if this world is a simulation. He began meditating, something he had previously mocked. Within weeks, he was experiencing lucid dreams of floating cities, light beings, even communicating with what he calls his higher self. It wasn't a dream. I could feel my body vibrating upon waking, he says. I'm not the same person. I don't drink, I don't party. I simply want to help people remember who we are. Dolores predicted this as well, a new generation of souls awakening rapidly, without the need for regression or hypnosis. They are volunteers, she said, here to guide the shift. Lorraine, a retired school teacher, had a QHHD session out of curiosity. What emerged transformed her forever. I remembered being in a body of light, she says quietly. We didn't speak, we transmitted. We worked with grids, energies. We were assisting a planet in healing. She wept through the entire session. It felt more real than this life. Since then, she has experienced visions, downloads, even dreams in languages unknown to her. I don't know what's happening, she says, but I know I'm not alone. And I know something is coming. These are but a few of thousands, perhaps millions, experiencing what mainstream science cannot yet explain. A global phenomenon where individuals report seeing repeating numbers, waking at 3:33 a.m., feeling watched, hearing tones, or ringing in one ear, sudden rejection of alcohol, meat, or toxic relationships, receiving visions, messages, and memories never learned. Are these symptoms of mass delusion or early signs of frequency alignment? They will not all awaken simultaneously, but they will sense it. And when the time arrives, they will remember why they came here. Dolores didn't only predict the shift, she spoke to the souls who came to experience it. And now their testimonies are abundant, in QHHD sessions, in online forums, in silent solitary awakenings when the world feels heavy, but the soul feels light. The new earth is not a place we go, but a state we become. Dolores Cannon did not stand alone in her vision of the future. Her insights, though channeled through quantum hypnosis and subconscious dialogue, echo a much older, broader chorus of prophetic voices across centuries, civilizations, and spiritual systems. The same message repeats. A time of great change will come, a split, a choice, a new world. In the 16th century, Michel de Nostradamus penned cryptic quatrains, poetic riddles that seem to predict revolutions, wars, and something else. Among the most debated verses are those referencing a time when the great power will change worlds, minds will awaken from their deep slumber, and two suns will appear in the sky. Dolores, in her later years, began decoding some of these with the help of her clients. She claimed Nostradamus had reached out to her during a session, attempting to correct misinterpretations of his work and warn humanity once more. In fact, one of her books details a series of dialogues where the seer speaks through her hypnotized clients. He too spoke of dimensional transitions, earth changes, and humanity's bifurcation. You have a window, he said through one subject, but the window is closing. In the early 1900s, Edgar Cayce, dubbed the sleeping prophet, would enter trance states and offer medical diagnoses, spiritual insights, and prophetic visions. He predicted rising sea levels, shifting earth poles, and a new race of people with heightened awareness and psychic ability. He warned of a time when materialism would fall, and a golden age of spiritual understanding would emerge. Dolores Cannon considered Cayce a kindred soul. In many ways, her work picked up where Cayce's left off, bridging the intuitive with the scientific, the mystical with the practical. Both spoke of a coming vibrational upgrade. Both emphasized free will as the determining force, and both believed, you are not a body with a soul. You are a soul temporarily wearing a body. In the 1980s, a group of seekers began channeling an entity known as RA, resulting in what is now known as the Law of One Material. RA described Earth as a school, where souls progress through densities, and at the end of each cycle comes a harvest, a moment when souls either ascend to the next density or repeat the lessons they have not learned. Dolores's concept of the dimensional split and new Earth mirrors this precisely. In both frameworks, humanity is at the precipice of a mass graduation, not forced upon them, but chosen internally by frequency. Ra's message, the choice is between service to others and service to self. Dolores's echo, you choose your Earth by the vibration you emit, not what you say, but what you are. Few know that the U.S. government during the Cold War employed psychic spies, remote viewers trained to see across time and space. Some of their visions, now declassified, showed disturbing and enlightening images of Earth's potential futures. One session described two Earths drifting apart, with people vanishing from one and appearing in another. Others showed advanced civilizations watching humanity, waiting for a critical decision point, a vibrational fork. Though rooted in science and military precision, these reports eerily matched Dolores's work with regressed souls. One viewer said, "The future is split. We are headed for divergence. Most won't notice until it's already happened." What do we make of all this? A 16th century seer, a 20th century prophet in a trance, an alien intelligence from the stars, a hypnotherapist, all describing the same transition from separation to unity, from fear to love, from darkness to light. These are not disconnected voices. They are echoes of the same divine whisper. The message: prepare, align, remember. The time is not coming. The time is now. The split isn't coming. It's already begun. But it's not a cataclysm, not an explosion. It's a soft unfolding, like petals opening in the dark. Dolores Cannon said this wouldn't be visible at first. There'd be no announcement, no headline. Instead, it would be felt in the heart, in the body, in the moment you stop reacting and start remembering. For those aligning with the new Earth, life is changing in small sacred ways. Time feels different, less linear, more fluid. Synchronicities appear guiding your path. Nature feels alive as if speaking back. You begin to release drama, fear, judgment. You crave stillness and truth. You feel guided by something beyond logic. These are not coincidences. They are frequency confirmations. Dolores said, "You'll know you're on the new Earth by how you feel, not what you see." In the old Earth, we lived in survival mode, striving, achieving, proving, pleasing, locked in loops of fear, financial, emotional, existential. But now something has shifted. People are leaving systems that no longer resonate. Jobs, marriages, ideologies once glued by obligation are now crumbling by vibration. And in their place, sovereignty, the realization that you are the creator, that your thoughts shape timelines, that your beliefs are building bridges to worlds unseen. This awakening is not happening in isolation. From South America to Scandinavia, from inner cities to forest communes, communities of light are forming. People are finding each other, not by accident, by frequency. Dolores called this the web of light, a global grid of awakened souls, each holding a piece of the blueprint for new Earth. Healers, teachers, artists, engineers, parents, children, all incarnated for this exact moment, all remembering, "Oh, this is why I came here." No war, no poverty, no hierarchy. In the 5D Earth, we do not compete, we co-create. Technology is used in harmony with nature. Education is soul-led and experiential. Food is grown with intention and gratitude. Telepathy replaces manipulation. Healing happens through light, sound, and emotion. There are no leaders, only aligned visionaries. There are no rules, only resonance. Dolores saw this Earth, and many of you watching, you've seen it too, in dreams, in visions, in memories that aren't from this life. You don't need to wait. You don't need permission. You are the bridge between worlds. Every act of compassion raises the frequency. Every thought of peace stabilizes. The world is not ending, but it is changing, and you are not here by accident. Dolores Cannon said, "There are no coincidences, only contracts, only choices." So now we ask you, not as a viewer, but as a soul, which frequency are you living in? Every thought is a vote, every emotion a tuning fork. Are you choosing fear or freedom, addicted to conflict or committed to clarity, scrolling to escape or awakening to remember? The split is here, not in the sky, not in space. It's in your nervous system, and the only portal is your awareness. If this message resonates, here's how you anchor the new Earth frequency into your life. Quiet the noise. Create space for stillness. Tune in. Listen to your body's signals, dreams, intuitions. Heal. Let go of what doesn't belong to your future. Connect. Find your soul tribe online or offline. Create. Art, music, intention. These are the languages of the 5D. Anchor light through kindness, presence, and joy. You don't need to fix the world. You only need to remember who you are and be it fully. If you felt the shift, if you've seen the numbers, if you've heard the call in dreams or déjà vu, then this message was for you. Tell us below, have you felt ascension symptoms? Have you had a dream of the new earth? We read every comment. You are not alone. This is a collective awakening, and your voice matters. Subscribe now, not just to a channel, but to a frequency. We're building a library of light. Dolores' legacy and yours deserves to be seen, heard, and remembered. Share this message with someone who's been quietly waking up. We are the grid. We are the shift. And together, we are building the bridge to new earth.